Sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. That's where it ends. That he's fallen off the wall and he's in a million pieces and the king's men couldn't put him back together. Isn't that funny that the king's men would be putting together an egg? Well, on the back, it says, life begins when you get back up. Kind of like getting back on that horse. If you fall, get back up. Don't be afraid again. Face your fears and try it again. We're gonna see if Humpty Dumpty does this. This story takes place after Humpty Dumpty has fallen off the wall, and it's called After the Fall. This is written and illustrated by Dan Santant. Let's read After the Fall.
I'm intentionally using that word because we're talking about read-alouds, and in many cases there's some people who have argued and said that, you know, you need to stop doing read-alouds when a child gets a certain age. And she called bullshit. She called bullshit. She goes, that's bullshit, because right now, even you as adults, you're never too old to be read to. You're never too old to be told a story, all right? So she read us a story that was very, very powerful, and I'm gonna kind of summarize it here for you now. The title of the book was After the Fall. All right, it's After the Fall, and it was a story about what actually happened to Humpty Dumpty. All right, what actually happened to I'm asking you now, I'm asking you, before I even give you the summary. What actually happened to Humpty Dumpty after he fell off the wall and cracked his shit, right? What happened to him? No one actually knows. No adult actually knows. She kind of threw us off with that, right? So she read the book, and the book may have been about, if so many, 15 to 20 words long. All right. However, it was packed with powerful images, the illustrations of what the ladder was, the books, and everything that the egg had gone through as it was cracked and trying to find his way back. Talked all about it. Basically gave little signals and signs about how this Humpty Dumpty was so scared to climb a ladder, and you know, he's looking at all these birds and he's wishing that he could, you know, touch them, but he's too scared to fall. He's too scared to climb up a ladder and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually he made his own bird. He made his own bird from paper and he threw it up in the sky and it got stuck. So now he's looking at it, he's like, oh man, I gotta climb the wall. I gotta climb this ladder and go get my bird unstuck that I made, right? So Humpty Dumpty, he gets up to the ladder, he finds his bird, and you start to see the author really take us to another place at this point, because as he climbed the ladder, his fears are starting to be realized that he could do it, and his shell starts cracking and cracking and cracking, and eventually it comes out that Humpty Dumpty actually is a bird himself. He's a bird himself. He cracks open and he has the book ends with him with these wings, and he's flying amongst the birds, and he's made it. And I swear I could bring on any one of my colleagues right now, and there were grown, well, I wasn't one of them, I'll tell you that now, but there were grown adults in that room who got teary-eyed. They started getting teary-eyed because they realized the connection it makes to adults and how you may feel when you may be going through some things in life. The summary I wrote was, there may be a situation where you're working a job, where you've worked towards a job, you've climbed up a corporate ladder, you fell off, and then you've gotten scared to climb back on it, and it really was about, you know, just how you're looking at the ladder, what kinds of things, what exactly was the situation, all those sorts of things. So the main thing from today's Move Swiftly